May I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Kryptonite Show. Yeah, boy, it's Superman in the house, and man, we got a fun show today. We have got a fun show indeed. The PulseChain excitement it grows, and yeah, let's get into it because it's going to be awesome. We're going to be talking about PCock protocol. The 24-hour countdown is almost here, just almost, and so we're going to talk about that. And that's going to be the highlight of the show. But we're going to also get to talk about Heartwood Dog and the Pulse of the Fallen series. They got their little interim series there with Hog, Somi, and Andrew Tate. So we're going to talk about that. And what's it? The second episode, I think, is out now. That's pretty awesome. So big shout out to the Hog crew. Gladiator Games is just really ramping up. The midweek tournament has been on. And, of course, the big, giant weekend tournament is coming up. So, yeah, we've got anime, gaming. We got the Stargate, as I call it. Liberty Swap Stargate. And to multiple universes and the rest of it. Oh, I don't know. It's pretty amazing. Or at least multiple galaxies. Let's go there. So pretty exciting stuff. We had the stock market results, of course, with the interest rates. We're going to talk about that briefly and the implications for crypto. So let's get into it all. And I think we're even going to touch on Pokemon and Nick Hellman. Nick Hellman. So we're going to talk about that. I thought that was going to be an interesting little side track there as well. And you guys know I'd love to see that sort of stuff on PulseChain. I know that Somi kind of teased it a couple of weeks back, but man, it'd be really great to have something like that on PulseChain. Wouldn't it be cool? Very excited. Now, there is also the BSC, right, NFTs. I think they're still lurking around. I'm not sure what the last trade has gone for, but that was on PulseChain, the copies of the BSC NFTs over on PulseChain. I think they were going for what, $1,000, $1,500, somewhere in that ballpark. Was that right? Obviously, NFT season, I think, is going to be probably the last phase of the bull run on PulseChain if it does emerge. So that's probably the case. There are a couple of NFTs out there, but maybe utility ones. But really, that's probably something once one's feeling a bit more wealthy in the pocket before they get into all that sort of speculation. So it's kind of the play. All right, don't forget to get in the chat there as well. Share the show around on X. That'd be really cool. So do that. That'd be great. Now, we know the X game is being played on 3 chains right now, and we're definitely going to keep up to date on the old X game story as well. All right, let's get into it, folks. Let's start off with the stock market. Let's do it. Let's go for gold. Bam. All right. So the stock market there, we had the markets were pretty flat when the interest rate news came out. They had been rallying into that point, rallying up to that point. Then they sort of were pretty flat on the news. And then, of course, they ended up retracing just after that, just a little bit, just a tad, except for the NASDAQ. The Dow and the S&P, at least the Dow, retraced a little bit, 15%, I guess, 0.15% and that was down 73 points to 47,632. There's the S&P 500 pretty flat at 60, just under 6,900, which is amazing, guys. Remember the India target was 7,000 from Tom Lee. NASDAQ was actually up over 0.5%, 130 points to 23,958, so just below 24,000. And I think if you look at the yearly chart there, which is record times, we're pretty much around the record levels anyway. So it really was a little bit of a non-event at the moment. Some people might read in that we might have a bit of a pullback in November for having a rally potentially in December. We'll see how that plays out. But we do have some potential good news to help us keep the rally going. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. So that's the NASDAQ there. You can see the record highs there. Amazing. The US dollar is at 98.96. Let's go to the commodities. And we can see that West Texas is at $60.20, down 0.25%. Brent oil only up slightly, and that's $64.30. Really good results, right? Trump's done an amazing job there. U.S. production is incredible. Some of the fields just producing so much oil and gas. in Australia. I'm sorry, in the United States and Canada. It's pretty amazing there. Gold at the moment, 3,958, so dropped back below the 4,000 mark, but it is up $16 today. Silver at $47.55. So that's kind of where we are right now on the old markets. Let's go to the interest rates, which has kind of been the talk of the town. We did get some disappointment in the forward forecast for that. But we've got 5 weeks and 6 days to go until the 10th of December. That's the next meeting, guys. So it's almost 6 weeks away. It's quite a while. So put that in your calendar, 10th of December, 2 p.m. Eastern time. And we got the rates have changed. The expectation from the market's changed dramatically. We're down to 64% now, expecting a rate cut of 25 basis points. So remember, that was close to certainty. I can't remember exactly what it was, 98% or something like that. That's down to 64%. So 2/3 of the market still expecting a 25 basis point rate cut. But the rate cut we did get this time was 25 basis points, or quarter of a percentage point, and that took us down to 4.25, down to 4%. So let's see where we go from there. Obviously, they're going to look for any lower inflation news. As we know, we beat expectations last time, but inflation did go up slightly. I think it was 3%, although the federal funds rate now is at 4%, so it's still 1 percentage point above it. Now, the 3% is close to the 2-year bond rate, though, and that can often mirror as well. So there's a bit of competing narrative there. So that's kind of where we are on the old interest rates there. We did see a bit of a queue there, so it looks like we might, Powell made an extra statement saying, "Oh, it's not certain that there'll be a 25 rate cut," and really making it uncertain there. Also talking about still worried about tariffs and so forth, and they were basically being cautious because they were acting like they were driving in a fog. So that was kind of the analogy there. But we also think there's quite a bit of politics being played as well. But there was disagreement amongst the presidents there. One of them wanted 50 basis points, the other one wanted no change. Most of them ended up with the 25 basis point cuts, and that's what we got. So that was kind of good news there. Now, Powell, of course, will be out by May next year. So there will be a change of the guard. So that's probably where the markets are heading as well. And hopefully we'll get more relaxed. We'll keep that interest rate cycle going, which is what we're expecting into next year, remember? So that's kind of where we are with the interest rates. It's pretty important for risk-on assets, right? If things lower, conservative interest rates get lower, then it's more people seek higher yields and therefore go to stock market and crypto and commodities and things. The other side of it is that we did see some signals about QT, so quantitative tightening, and that may very well be over by December. So that's probably a positive part of the story, and therefore the shrinking of the Fed's balance sheet will stop, and potentially we could get into QE, which is kind of the opposite, the quantitative easing, where they increase their balance sheet, and therefore that has puts more money into the economy, and that can go in with lower interest rates to risk on, and therefore even spur on the big asset run, right? So we get a liquidity push as well. So it's kind of cool. Now, we have got 1 or 2 days more of earnings season, so we want to see some good results continue out of that. But of course, we have had also NVIDIA hit $5 trillion, can you believe it, in market value. So yeah, the most expensive company in the world, and they added about 15% of that on, I think, in the last week or so. So a real spur there with NVIDIA, and of course the age of supercomputers and AI, right? But it does seem like we're in that virtuous cycle where it's creating more demand, and it's just circling back again and again, creating huge demand. So it does look like we are truly in the fourth industrial revolution, and it is actually profitable. So that's what's going to keep it going, rather than being like the dot-com bubble back in 2000. For those that remember, I know all of you guys remember. All right, so coming out of the 90s, man, it was the best. It was the best. 80s and 90s. That was peak Western civilization. 80s and 90s, guys. Believe it. All right, so there we go. That's where we are right now on the old interest rates. Moving to January, we got 50% of the market expecting 25 cuts there as well. So it's December, January is battling there. Obviously, we want December to be a rate cut. We definitely want that. So fingers crossed we get that, and so forth. We have had obviously a softer labor market, had some big layoffs, but there's new jobs being created arguably with Trump's strategy. So there we are. Now, I've talked to you about $20 trillion that Trump's raised, which is just incredible. I think Biden's over his whole 4 years was about $1 trillion. So it's 20x that. Well, apparently after this Asian tour, he just settled a $350 billion deal with the South Koreans, and they wanting him to do a lot more there as well. including, of course, trying to get peace between North and South Korea. And of course, he's about to go meet President Xi. So while we got this interest rate news, we have got Trump going to President Xi, and the preamble into that has been pretty positive. So if we can get a good deal out of that, it might just wash away this interest rate issue about the December cut. So it might give enough oomph there to really keep things going. So we'll see. Chinese are notorious for not delivering on their promises. So it's I thought it was kind of the opposite in Asian culture, that you would normally honor your stuff, but maybe that's more Japanese. I don't know. You guys decide. But we're talking about the leadership, of course, not the general population. And so let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. All right, so that's the play there on the old crypto and economics. So a lot coming out. So let's look forward to, after South Korea, $350 billion trade deal. And let's see if with his meeting with President Xi, they can get a proper final trade deal done, and deal with the rare earths and the 100% tariffs on the 1st of November, and also potentially try and get them to get Kim Jong-il from North Korea to make some sort of peace agreement. Although I do think he likes the conflict. I think they like the conflicts as a checks and balance game in the world, right? All right, so that's kind of where we are there. Let's jump over to the crypto market next. So it was a lot and just to that, wasn't it? I said it was going to be brief, but there's quite a bit in there. All right, so let's go to the crypto market and see how the crypto market reacted. Well, crypto market, of course, came down a little bit, but not too bad. So let's go to that. So we got the total crypto market, 3.85 trillion, down 1.1%. So we've had a couple of down days. We got the price of Bitcoin right now at $110,710, down 2.1%. Now, Michael Saylor was at I think a crypto conference. It was. I can't remember what it was actually. It was maybe not a crypto conference, but something else. He was having him an interview, and he still sees 150K by the end of the year. So we know, in the bull market and crypto markets, that typically the top 10, 20 days of the year is when most of the money is made. So we've got a couple of months left, and we could easily get to that very, very quickly, and that's how parabolics work there. So let's see how that goes. We've got Ethereum right now, $3,918, even after all the strategic ETH reserve buying, down 1.7%. But as I pointed out yesterday on X, with the amount of ETH on exchanges has gone down from 22.2 billion from the 1st of July, down by 4.2 million Ethereum. Crazy, yeah? And it's now down at 15.8 million Ethereum on exchanges. So it's gone down dramatically. That will catch up in the market, right? So obviously we're looking for a lot more liquidity buying, and then the fundamentals are all just sitting there, right? Becomes more self-fulfilling. That's why Tom Lee wants to, get a sovereign put, because it's potentially going to have a network effect as well. Excuse me. And so, pretty exciting there. So just a quiet before the storm, really. A lot of people holding on to the idea of a $5,000 market. Once we break that once and for all, then it's just game on. We'll get that parabolic runaway from the majors, and then that will flow into altcoin season, of course, PulseChain as well, barring any magic that Richard Hart does, barring anything like that. All right, so that's kind of the play. And if you remember back in 2021, Richard Hart called the first market top there, and called the second top the Judas scandal. Funny enough, Hex was running way after that, right? Months after that. So I think it was like May or something into September, October. So, we might see a delayed effect there. Although Richard's kind of indicated that maybe he's going to go a bit sooner than that. So we'll see which scenario plays out. I definitely think we're going to talk a little bit about that later on, but just take my insights for what it is, my speculations there based on what I've seen. So don't forget to share the show around on X as well. That'd be really helpful. Thank you very much. All right, so we're dropping lots of alpha today. All right, so that is the play there right now. We got the XRP at number 4 is down 1.3%, $2.58. BNB is number 5, up 0.6%. So BNB making a bit of a difference there at $1,110. Solana up 0.2% at number 6, $195. Number 9, I should say, is Dogecoin, up 0.1%, 19.4 cents. And number 10 is Tron, up 0.5% at 29.7 cents. So those are our top 10 right now. Best performer is BNB, up 0.5%. best performer over the last week has been a battle really between Ethereum up 5.2% and actually XRP up 10.6% there, and then followed not closely by 5.1% for BNB. So, it's still been an up week there for a couple of the majors there, and even Bitcoin up 3.3% for the week. So, still mad gains there over the last week. All right, so that leads us into the top 100. We got Zcash there at number 35 is the best performer, 54%. Pump Fund number 69, 53%. So pretty good gains on those, right? That's pretty good. 78 is Trump Token, up 47%. Hyperliquid or Hype, number 16 is up 39%. And Pi Network making a bit of a comeback there, although way off its original highs there. And that's at number 63, up 37%. Now, Pi Network is pulling out quite an ecosystem, but it is a dog's breakfast, guys. It is a dog's breakfast. It's still going to make money probably, but it is a dog's breakfast. It is. That's all I'm going to say. We got number 10 there, Sapien, at the top there, or number 2 and Jelly My Jelly are the top ones in the top 1,000 right now. And then the trending is Concordium, ArcBlock, and Zcash, which is also the top performer in the top 100. So there we go. All right, so that is it. 3.85 trillion, down 1.1%. Bitcoin at what did we say? 1,100 was it? Let me go to market cap. 110,643, and Ethereum at 39.19 at the moment. So those are our crypto markets. Woohoo! All right, we raced that one. That was pretty good. So a little bit of a pullback in the majors. Not much on that interest rate news, but certainly the momentum, quieted down there for the time being. And we are, I guess it's the 29th of October in the US. It's 30th of October here in New Zealand. We've got a couple of days left for the month, and we'll see whether it ends up, how much of a October month it was. So we'll check that out too. Maybe later on. All right, let's jump over to Nick Hellman, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit off topic, but it's fun. It's a fun topic, and that is Pokemon. Now, I don't know if you guys know Nick Hellman, of course, is from Crypto Paradise. They do pretty regular shows. I think it's close to daily, and they're on the Crypto Paradise show. Big KOLs as well, right? So Nick here is got a 2019 Pokemon Espion GX Hidden Fates or something like that, SV60 PSA 9, which is I think the grade. Get up to 10 grades, so 9's a pretty high grade, and it's got, I guess, to do with the condition of the card. And there we go. So I think he may have sold his. He's got a collection of these, it's kind of cool. Now, typically, I think some of the main sort of collector cards there are sports cards and these Pokemon type of cards. I'm sure there's probably a few other collections that are must be pretty popular, and they do go through cycles. They're popular and they're less popular, but I think they're pretty popular right now. And so, there we are. That's the card there. Now, we could arguably have something like this on PulseChain, right? A digital version of this. I guess it would have to be, if a consortium of influencers or a big influencer, did this, it might work, or somebody that's really good at launching. They've got a big community following, might be quite cool. But this would be kind of a neat kind of thing to have something like this. And I know we can get away with all sorts of things in DeFi. So just, take note. Anyway, so that's pretty cool. Now, these cards go way back decades now, right? Decades. I can't remember the first card. Is it 1991 or something like that? And I think this is essentially out of Japan. I think they were. There's people buying and selling packs of cards way back from decades ago, and they're worth varying amounts. But they have big big giant markets in the US and probably Asia and other places where they trade, buy and sell these things. And there's lots of influencers that make a living on covering all of it. So it's a pretty interesting topic, and it's kind of cool that Nick Hellman is a bit of a collector there. I know he's got some other cards that are quite decent value as well. All right, so I thought I'd just cover that quickly. Pretty interesting, eh? Pretty interesting. And let's go to PulseChain. Day 901, man. We're on the road to 1,000 days, guys, on the old PulseChain. Day 901. We've got Pulse at the moment, quadruple 0.33.8, and that is down 3.7%. So a little down day there following the market down. We've got, but not a big day down for most of them. PulseX there, quadruple 0.228. Down 3.8%, and the buy and burn is sitting at 7.98%. I think it is. Is that 8%? Can't quite see it. 8%. And we've got the ink token there, $1.26, down 5%. Hex at the moment, 7600th of a penny. That's down 1%, and eHex there at 900th of a penny. That's down from 0.2 of a penny yesterday. So that's down slightly as well. So yeah, that little post BankX rally, I guess, has been sold off, and the market manipulation that was going on at that time. Well, that began it anyway. At least began it. And so yeah, we've just down a little bit there on that news. Now the one thing, of course, is Pulse is at 33.8. Is we defended the 2700 mark, so that's kind of cool. We will have a look at the PulseChain chart. We got PulseX there down 4% as well. So both those charts actually looking pretty good. Ink chart is still got catch up time, guys. Ink chart needs to just catch up, and Hex there as well, not looking too bad, holding only down 1%. Let's go down to gas prices. We got 363,000 beats. So like yesterday, super low gas prices the last 2 days. That's 0.4 of a penny for a PulseX swap right now. And then we're going to go to validators. We got 53,120, pretty similar to yesterday. Going to the bridge, and the bridge value is here at 98.1. So we're definitely down from 100 million yesterday. I think we're about 100.2 or something. So it might be down about 2.2 million there. EHEX, of course, dragging us down as well. Down that's gone from 0.2 down to 1900 of a penny. So that's dragging us down there. Now I do have a snapshot, and I don't know, should we look at it now? Let's have a look at the snapshot that I had from what day was this? The 8th. So the 8th to now. That's the old one. That's the old snapshot, guys. Let's go find the what's the new one on the other one. Let's bring up that one. So the snapshot that I took back on the 25th, which is 5 days ago, 6 days maybe, 5 days. It was 101.9 million, and we're at 98.1. So what, we're down a few mil. Now looking at the ETH, we're at 6,300 ETH. We're at 62.81. So we're down about 27 ETH. EHEX is down dramatically. We're at 2.9 million, 22.9 million on the EHEX, and we're now at almost 20.1. So we're down, what that $2.8 million does that price pullback. So that's a dramatic. Pretty much explains most of the move down. What else there? DAI was at 19.9. We're actually up on the DAI, guys. 60, 140, $150,000 up on the DAI. So that's good news. That's good news, guys. That's good news. USDC was 15.4. We're now at 15.5. Good news there too. 100K. So we're up a couple 100,000 on the stables. That's our first kind of a trend reversal. We kind of have seen that in the bridge stats. And then we got USD Tether at 52. We're at 53. Oh man, that's cool. Now 140K on USD Tether. So we've got an increase in all the three stable coins over the last 5 days. That's a positive, guys. And if we can build on that foundation, that'd be really, really cool. So kind of neat there. Now let's go to PulseChain stats. PulseChain stats. I think that's stats. I got that there. PulseChain stats. Yeah, sorry, I forgot the PulseChain part of it. We can go to the bridge. I think we can go to the bridge data. We can go to the pump times. No, we got bridge stats, and I think we got the daily inflows. And yeah, we are down negative today, 217. But we've had a couple of positive days in a row, which has been kind of cool. Let's see. We've got the bridge stats. Let's see what we've got. The monthly inflows. See how we're going with that. Monthly inflows. Yeah, so we're down today. We were positive yesterday. We're down the day before, 2.1 mil. And then up $250,000 there. Now you can ignore this. I think this one here. Oh, that was March. Yeah. Yeah, so let's see if we can get a bit of reversal here on October's not finished yet, right? So we've got 2 days to go for that. But we did have a couple of good days in the office. All right, so that is pretty much it. Let's go to the markets. 14.8 million. Well, we enjoyed a couple of days up in the 20-30 million mark, but we're down today, down at 15, hopefully not heading back towards that 11-12 mark in terms of volume. We've got SCADA's been around for 11 days, up 284%. ICBM, good to see Nuclear Supply. A big fan of that team, and that's up 150%. So a real big jump there with the old ICBM. This is the Hex pair, of course. Look at that, just absolutely moon there. You might want to jump in that Telegram and find out. But that's had some good volume over the last couple of days. What's that? 50, 60,000, $65,000 in volume the last 2 days, and that's really moon. Look at that thing still going while we're talking about it right now. That's a weekly chart too, by the way. Those are the daily charts there. That's a daily chart. So really just ramped up there. So that was 65K in about 2 weeks. So probably more appropriate there. Market cap still super small, 158K. Keep a look out for these guys. Really, really fantastic setup on this on the Nuke Supply. I really do like it. And team's really good too. Joy right now, the Joy of PulseChain, up 80%. Pretty nice, 10 around. So I don't know if this is a good coin or not. You have to always get a check. I'm not checking whether it's it says no Intel. Quick Intel is it's okay, but I don't know. You have to check. But that is out and about right now. We get lots of tokens coming from jumping on pop tires. We got cryfagging. That's back at a rebound for cryfagging, up 45%. Of course, cryfagging was something that Richard said about certain influence in the house. Not in the house. It's not me. We got 00011 and Superman in the house. It's not somebody else. But that's we're up at 00011, so it's had a nice little rebound there on the old cryfagging. I guess you can't, if you come up with a good saying, I guess it's hard to keep it down, right? You can't keep the market down. So yeah, that's happened. Secret Conspiracy up 14%. Number 5. Number 6 is Vouch, and we talked about Vouch yesterday. It's up 11.6%. They're doing some cool things. Number 1 valid on PulseChain, doing some cool things with on the back of Vault 369 from Fast Abdul, which is still doing pretty well as well. Reserve Tate making a bit of a bounce here, up 10%. Firewall, so not all the Firewall tokens are down. Firewall one is up 8%. Let's have a look and see how that's holding up, given the other ones are down right now. Not pretty good, actually. I mean, it's down from that pump it had a couple of days ago. Got to 00099, so it is down, 30% or so. But the chart itself still looking okay, as long as it can sort of build from here. That is where it is right now at 0007000. Let's go back and we've got Vault 369. Of course, we're looking forward to the launch of this. This is going to be a multi-chain liquidity fork, and of course take multiple collateral. And so it's going to be really interesting to see this operate. Can it perform better than a single chain liquidity fork? Can it do better than that? That's going to be the question. And I think Fastav's got a few things up his sleeve for that. I do appreciate that he launched the Vault pump tires so that the team wouldn't be able to take unnecessary advantage of it. And I do appreciate that, because I think, fair launch is kind of where we want to be with the ethics as much as possible. And that's not always possible in crypto, but if someone has control over that, then they do it, that's great. So I do think that's pretty cool there. So there we go. And the chart shows it, right? Chart shows that looks pretty good for the most part there. So very cool. And that launch is coming up. All right, that's a nice surprise. It could be could be a good blue chip operator there on PulseChain, the old Vault 369. So a nice surprise there. Very cool. And of course, apparently Fast Abdul kept it very close to his chest on that. So I like that. Very, very nice. Atropa there up 5%. Number 14.15. We've got Swarm at number 16. They're up 5% as well. Teddy Bear, James Maria up 4%. We've got Sparta with the Hex DAO there, or Hex Treasury up 2%. And we've got Love.io creeping around 1.8%. And we've got Loan Token at the liquidity fork at 1.5% there. GoPulse at 1.2%. Those are the green. And then Fetch Oracle from Liquid Loans as well, 0.05%. But I don't know what teams are actually using it. I haven't seen anything about that. I need to go onto the site and see whether it actually shows anybody. I don't think it does. It just has the reporters, right? Liquid Loans. So we'll go to a quick look at the price performance. Or not too hot. And of course, I see on social media, if anyone posts things about Liquid Loans, they often get someone out there goes, what happened to 50 mil? Something like that, a rug or something like that. But hey, look, so Liquidity Fork operates. The Liquid Loan teams is out and they're doing conferences. I do think that they could build liquidity a little bit, but then, smaller liquidity means that the price can pump a bit, I guess. But, it's pros and cons there on that one. So that is the mix. We've got 26 coins out of the top 100 green at the moment. Just under green is Hex, just under green there, Hex on Pulse. Solid X right now holding around $2.17, and we're waiting for staking for Solid X, right? So the 5 staking pools, bronze all the way up to the firewall. We're waiting for all that sort of stuff, and ultimately there'll be extra perks. It won't just be revenue from the DEX thing, but it'll be potentially bank accounts and credit cards and all sorts of things. I don't know how fast all that's going to be happening, but that's some of the benefits that are going to be accruing to the staking for Solid X. So at the moment, $2.17 seems to be a pretty solid little level right now. We'll keep a look out there. Then we've got the rest of them all down. So everything else is down here right now. I'm going to talk about some of these, of course. We've got Source Sun Minimum at 5.6 cents, the big food corporate. We've got Unity just still going through its adjustment phase for volume. We've got PCock down here as well, which I want to talk about. So PCock there, we're going to do that. What else is down here that's interesting? PTC the Grays back at 0002000. So still trying to find, consolidate in that zone, get some support there or resistance area. We'll find out which it is. Time dividend down 70% there. Bria, after its little run, down 21%. And 000, just below 0003000. And then X Game as well. Is that the only X Game here? Yeah, X Game is down, had another retrace again. For that one. So sold off here. A lot of drama online about that. You can go check that out. Obviously, we try to be a no drama channel best as we can. We still try to talk about drivers, but try to keep out of some of that. But you can go check it out and decide where you sit on that. We're at 1.4 cents, so definitely sold down there again right now. All right, so that is the old X Game. Now, it may be short-lived, may find a rebound point at some point, but may probably be lower. We'll see how it goes. Definitely people are playing the game quite nicely, and I see it. Crash games do last a long time, and of course, Betfair's one's been going for years and years and years. I see no reason why X Game won't keep that up with the setup. It's pretty good. All right, and no doubt that Firewell's got some more things around marketing and everything else there, so we'll keep an eye out on all that. Very, very excited about X Game, and it does what it says, right? Does what it says on the label, which is great. It really mobilizes the crash game too, that can be played anywhere. That's kind of really cool, like that. All right, let's jump away from there. We're going to get into, just going to go through some of these. We're going to get into a PCock and talk about Liberty Swap, because that's the big story, and that's the title of the video. PCock protocol 24 hours, guys. Launch countdown. So let's go to the website. At the moment, you can see the PCock there doing very well on the charts. We recently got up to 2 cents. We're currently at 1.7 cents right now. The RSI was overheated at 2 cents, come down a bit here at 64. We haven't had a huge, aggressive run up like we saw with X Game. We have had just a nice little zigzag here. And like I said, the risk return profile for me is very different. This is a big giant utility, like a supercharged utility, not your ordinary utility for sure. And it's really an ecosystem as well. And as I always say, it's a bit like a gateway or Stargate to multiple galaxies. It's going to be pretty awesome like that. So wherever you want to talk about it, it is pretty exciting. And that's got massive businesses that are buying and burning, right? So it's just operating as a base load kind of machine. Whereas X Game might be like a marginal generator in power. This is kind of the base load generator. It's a bit like that. All right, so we've got a good cooling there, looking good. 4 hourly on the RSI. Let's look at that. It is 50, so looking really good. Good turn up from there. We could start to get a bit of a move on over the next 24 hours, sitting quite nicely there with the 4 hour there for a little run today. And on the weekly, we don't have a weekly print yet because it hasn't been around that long. So that is our guidance there. And I haven't got any moving averages on there, but that is the play. So how far is the countdown, guys? We're sitting on $14.2 million market cap for PCock. They're talking about billions of market cap, and we're only at 14.2 mil. So just to a billion, that's probably about a 70x or so. It is huge upside, and this is hyper bullish. We need just something just like this on PulseChain to be one of the preeminent utilities, but not just that, but actually potentially the big meme coin on PulseChain as well. There will be a battle of the memes, and this one is set up with a lot of advantages. Let's just say that maybe the game is rigged in that sense, in a nice way. All right, let's go to Liberty Swap. The countdown right now, woohoo! 1 day and 24 minutes. So it's basically 24 hours. I should have talked for 24 minutes and then showed the countdown, but we're at 1 day and 24 minutes to go until it all happens, guys. It all happens, which is pretty awesome. Let's give that a little magical twinkle and give that a clap as well. Yeah. All right. It's not even launched, and I'm going to get a clap. But hey, look, it's a pretty big deal. This is a mega deal for PulseChain. This is the best thing. This is like America having a rocket land on Mars. It really is cool. So you can see it is pretty fun. All right, so I'm going to turn that thing off because it's too distracting, but it's really good. So PCock, 1 day and 23 hours to go, guys. Get ready for the official launch, your gateway to trade, track, and swap PCock and thousands of tokens on PulseChain instantly and gaslessly. Woohoo! Let's go. Now let me pull up a post I made yesterday. We'll pull that up because we're going to go through that briefly. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because it's a little essay. but let's go through it and let's get to the post here. So overview of Liberty Swap's PCock protocol. The PCock protocol is an upcoming upgrade to the Liberty Swap platform, transforming it from a simple cross-chain swap tool into a comprehensive cross-chain decentralized exchange optimized for PulseChain assets. I already like it already. Who wrote this thing? Who wrote this? Launched on Liberty Swap, it emphasizes PCock, PulseChain PCock, as a core utility token, with mechanisms to drive buybacks, burns, and liquidity growth across Ethereum, BNB chain, and PulseChain. And of course, it's going to be many other chains, up to something, maybe like 30 chains or something. We'll see. The protocol is set to debut on October the 31st, which is the same time as I think Trump's going to be meeting with President Xi. President Xi, he's listening. One of his spies is listening. No, President Xi or President Xi. I got to say it quite right. President Xi, I think it is. And so yeah, that's the same day. So hopefully we'll have double good news right on that day, right? With initial focus on PCock trading pairs and burn contracts, evolving into a full ecosystem for meme coin launches via pump tires, and we can't take that away, right? There's going to be a new interface for pump tires with Liberty Swap as well, and advanced trading as well, advanced trading features, and there potentially going to be hundreds of new features. This thing is going to be the Rolls Royce, guys. This is huge. This is mega huge, and I'm very excited about it. Now, its gameplay centers on fee generation from swaps to fuel PCock and PLS strength, targeting long-term price appreciation and PulseChain adoption. So this is more of an investor class with potentially huge upside, right? And so this is very, very cool. A different class of risk and return. And so we're going to see it. Doesn't obviously mean that there's pullbacks in the chart, but I'm very excited about where this is heading. Now, key features: cross-chain trading support. It will enable seamless PCock trading across Ethereum, BNB, and PulseChain, and obviously many other chains coming. Primarily paired with Pulse and ETH, includes cross-chain Pulse. Now, remember, we're expecting those pairs to be on the bridge soon in terms of the swapping bridge. Includes cross-chain Pulse pairs, linking the three chains to boost trading demand. This is very important, this aspect, as it sets up and fee revenue, with the goal of accumulating 100 billion Pulse for liquidity pools and reserves. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo, bring it on. Automated buyback and burn system. A dedicated PCock burn contract activates on every trade using fees to buy back and permanently burn PCock and potentially PulseX. Cross-pair arbitrage bots enhance this by exploiting price differences for massive buybacks, creating deflationary pressure and LP strengthening. So, this is a big scale up in the business. Imagine adding business after business, and these are all base load. They're basically all fundamental for using on the blockchain and multiple blockchains at that. So it really is huge, guys. Gasless and secure execution. Retains Liberty Swap's core strengths, fixed fees, no custodial risk for user funds, and instant gasless bridge swaps, while aggregating liquidity from dexes like Uniswap, Jupiter, Proteus, and PulseX for optimal routing. PCock dashboard's coming, so it's going to be really popular. Provides real-time, transparent analytics on burns, buybacks, LP health, committed capital, and holder metrics, ensuring community oversight of protocol performance. I really think this might end up being, I don't know, could end up being the most popular dashboard on PulseChain. Think about that. I'm thinking about what we've got. Hex Scout's pretty popular. I think some of the data sites, like Pulse Coin List and others, are probably fairly popular. Let me know in the chat there which you guys think are popular dashboards, but I think this could be pretty mega as well. Heartwood Dog's in the house there. Good morning. Bullish on the bird. Well, Heartwood Dog is bullish on the bird, but they just made the LP pair, I think, only 2 or 3 days ago. That was a smart move. Especially ahead of this protocol. DEX aggregator interface, a unified cross-chain aggregator for trading PulseChain assets, including pump tire meme coins. Very important aspect to that. Through the most efficient paths across supported chains, driving high volume and fees that cycle back into PCock buy pressure. SDK for integrations, allowing third-party projects and services to embed the cross-chain DEX, expanding traffic, fee generation, and PLS PCock accumulation. Now, that's could be potentially across many of the PulseChain protocols, let alone other chains as well. Advanced trading tools roadmap, of course. We've got plans. They've got plans on for on-chain limit orders to automate buys and sells based on price triggers, and plus hundreds of additional features like enhanced liquidity pools for pump tire launches. That's going to be really popular, right? So that's what I'm saying. They're talking about hundreds of features. So that, whatever that all means, it's going to be pretty amazing. I'm sure Focus on low risk, trustless execution to minimize MEV and custodial issues. And then, of course, finally, we've got liquidity and ecosystem growth, prioritizes adding depth to PCock's LPs, supporting PulseChain's meme economy that's pump tires and generating revenue to pump Pulse through the continuous buy pressure. Pulse is always getting the benefit from stuff coming from other chains as well as on-chain stuff. And of course, the early phases will emphasize PCock adoption to share protocol success with holders. And of course, remember, there's only 1 billion tokens of PCock, and I think 15.5% of those are already burned. 15% or so has already been, I think, it's been in LPs and stuff like that. So I think that's the way it's been set up. The protocol positions PCock as a $1 billion asset, is tying its value directly to trading activity and PulseChain's growth with a community-driven ethos, feed the bird. And I guess that's going to become a mantra. A lot more people are going to be saying, feed the bird. For the latest updates, of course, you can follow Liberty Swap, which we're going to do. And the launch, of course, is on a 24-hour countdown virtually. In 17 minutes' time, it will be. Before the end of the show, it's definitely going to be there. So that's PCock. Now, I'm expecting more protocol stuff from these guys. I think these guys have got a lot of big stuff coming, guys. And Brennan, you noticed my haircut finally. I said I was going to get it done. Looking fresh with the new haircuts. Super, I appreciate that. Very good observation. Yeah, you're the first person. I was wondering whether people would notice. I said I was going to be doing it for weeks. I finally got it done. All right, so that is where we are with the old PCock. So let's go to that. So that's what we're looking forward to. We're going to come back to that. Hopefully, it will have its 24-hour countdown. But let's go to the Liberty Swap part. And let's check out. Actually, we're not going there. That's a little sneak preview. We're a bit of ahead there. We don't want to go to that straight away. So let me scroll up here to Liberty Swap. And I want to scroll back about 6 hours here in the content on their X account to talk about some of the updates that they've given us over the last 6 hours. So let's do that. Not that one. Let's scroll back down. Make sure that I'm in the right place here. 6 hours. Yeah, I think it might be that one, actually. I think that's where we're up to, yeah. So they had a post on here 6 hours ago, one more day before PCock protocol's live. No hype. Just waiting until you see how the burn impacts PCock supply and growing demand behind it. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Yeah, boy. And, on the back of this chart, which is looking pretty good, that could be really, really fun, guys. I'm very excited about that. So increasing the percentage of the buy pressure. Like if you can see, at the moment, we had in the last 24 hours on this particular pair, we had 149K buy volume, 151K sell volume, so 2K negative. They add another 2K and then we would be even, right? So the price wouldn't even move. But if they add even more than 2K, we'd be moving up, generally speaking. So pretty awesome there. And of course, we're going to keep a keen eye on the pulse ratio, right? The pulse ratio there, currently just under 500 pulse per PCock. And of course, if they're getting rid of PCock, and they got buying up more, then that's going to go up, right? So that's what we're looking forward to there. Very cool. We like it. I don't know if they've got any comments on that. The thing with these guys, you always got to keep up to the comments. Do something. A dev, do something. Says you could. You're just kidding. We're super excited to see what the protocol is all about. PCock will melt faces. PCock will outperform. How about that? I like that. Truly, a good coin takes time to build strength, community, and liquidity. Rising too fast without solid foundation always leads to collapse. And of course, we did see that with X Game for whatever reasons, or whoever's the big dumpers were, and so forth. Hex's King says, will it be another X Game dump-like event? No time will tell. Liberty Swap says, good thing about PCock is that we protect its supply integrity with real commitment. We pair it with our hard-earned money and genuine belief to make it stronger. Imagine those who've invested hundreds of to thousands to support the price and build their holdings. They'll be rightly upset if someone got a free allocation and dumped it without contributing to PCock's growth. So, a little bit of drama there, but that's not the case here. We protect what we build. So this is a very different risk-return category, and that's what I would say about this from many aspects. So there we go. All right, so that is some of the comments there. Let's scroll up a little bit more here as well. In fact, no, I don't think we got that there. So this was 6 hours ago as well. What are they responding to here? They're responding to that post. They go, let's go how it works. So they say you can move PCock instantly between blockchains, Ethereum to PulseChain to BNB and back again. Coming soon, Solana and Base Chain. So hitting the heavyweight chains right straight out of the gate. Every transaction burns PCock. Liquidity is building on Ethereum and BNB. This is very important, right? So liquidity is building on Ethereum and BNB, capturing external demand beyond PulseChain. And this is the really big part. It's not the only secret sauce, but it's really the big part of the secret sauce. And that deserves, I think, a magical twin. Yeah, eventually buyers will bridge their PCock back to PulseChain. And this is the next secret sauce that's coming up with this launch. Buyers will bridge their PCock back to PulseChain, where the incentives lives, guys. Where the incentives live. So there's going to be PCock put on the other chains. They're going to have to buy that up and push the price up, and then buy and burns as well, and bring it over to PulseChain to get the incentives for it. And they're going to want the incentives, guys. That's going to be awesome. Every transfer, every trade, every bridge burns PCock hard. There we go, and that is true. So you can see this is multiple layered cake. It's a multiple layered cake, guys. And it's all going to be exciting. It's not just a one-off fee income thing. It's got all these layers to it on every side. So it's pretty cool. Excited about that. All right, so let's move back up here. Let's scroll up the top here. Quite a bit of Somni stuff in there today. What else? They put this out 4 hours ago. I thought this was pretty interesting. We've bridged 200 ETH to PulseChain. Not bad for a short testing period. So obviously getting ready for the launch of the protocol. Great work there. Thank you, my friend. We need to keep boosting ETH liquidity over time. And yeah, 10,000x indeed. So a lot of excitement there on that. What did I say here? Senpai, what will that ETH be used for? Buying our little coins. How about that? Earning ETH now will boost PCock. What did I say? I like test their posture. Earning some ETH now will boost PCock LP massively when the time is right, tying PCock directly with the ETH liquidity. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. So they got so many chess plays moves they can make. Honestly, the more I look at this, the more it seems like Richard Hart. Honestly, isn't that what you think? Like there's so much stuff that seems so similar to Richard Hart stuff. Anyway, and to be this clever, you'd have to be, you have to really be, I don't know, from Europe or one of these highly educated people like teams in Europe or America or Asia, somewhere like that. Anyway, that is what we got going on there right now. Thank you, brother. We'd like to keep expanding more options of users. So yeah, that's some of the cool stuff there going on. So we had some cool stuff there 3 hours ago. PCock's LPs are still developing and improving, even as many coins tied to Pulse liquidity are seeing declines. Very important there. At this pace, our goal is to make PCock LPs twice as strong as Most Token. And of course, Most Token had been the top meme, but I see its days are numbered, right? Days are numbered. After this protocol launch, it's goodbye Most Token, honestly. In terms of the top number one, right? Through consistent effort and time. In this fair competition, let's focus on strength. PCock Pulse step by step, contributing positive to the growth of all pump tire coins. And so, yeah, I think it's just days are numbered, guys. Days aren't numbered. In fact, 24 hours, 24-hour day. Kind of cool. They say, yo, pump tire, bro. Pump tires, bros. Did you bond your coin to PCock yet, or still thinking about it? So just take note out there. Now we've seen about a dozen, I think maybe up to a dozen projects have already paired with the PCock. Smart moves on their behalf. Obviously, Heart with Dog Hogs in the chat there, and of course Rome Token from Gladiator Games has joined in. We saw Top Hats was one of the early plays on there. Did they have some secret information? I don't know about that because they only talked about rotating the other day, so who knows? But anyway, that is in play. So yeah, let's see where that all goes. But the big call out there, the game is on. The game is on there. This is really bullish. 3 hours ago, PCock is taking over aggressively, and this is aggressive, guys. This is systemic. If you're familiar with those sort of terms, this is system wide, guys. It's crazy. Not just PulseChain, but multiple chains, and all the top 5, top 10, top 30 chains. It's gonna be crazy. Time to turn on your PCock mode for pump tires. And we're looking for, I said, we checked yesterday, we've got 9 meme coins in the world that over $1 billion. And this is, there's a battle of the memes on PulseChain. Who could do that? Who can be $1 billion coin or $2 billion, $10 billion coin, whatever it's going to be? Well, PCock here has got these big businesses that they're rolling out at rapid pace that could get us there. So this could be pretty exciting, guys. Now, if you guys haven't joined Strategy Club, the link is in the video description and also pinned to the top of the, or at least posted at the top of X profile. You can join up today, $35 a month. So it's really great value, and you get lots more alpha in there. All right, let's scroll back down here. So 2 hours ago, imagine the impact when most LP fees go towards buyback and burns. That could build steadily, lasting momentum for any long-term pump tires coin. I really love this idea. Sideways movement is just preparation for the next pump. The pump brings more trade volume, more trading brings more fees. More fees keep fueling the buybacks and burns. More buyback and burn keep feeding the pump. I like that. So that's pretty cool. So good stuff happening with the team there. All right, let's keep going forward here. They said this 1 hour ago, so we're almost up to date. Right now, about 10% of the PCock supply is in circulation. That's not a lot, right, guys? And it might be a lot when you don't have any businesses behind it, buying and burning and expanding, but it's not a lot when you've got all that in play. So right now, about 10% of PCock supply is in circulation. The most of the liquidity is already burned. Around $3.2 million in liquidity is currently tied to PCock. You got to love this. You got to love this. So pretty exciting, guys. Very excited. I made my cousin 3 times removed. Okay. No, we got the move on there. PulseX V1, V2, 9mm, V3. Remember, we haven't got a lot of DEXs on PulseChain, really. You know, it's still small. Obviously, PulseX is the juggernaut. 9mm is pretty professional too. Total liquidity 307,000, 2.7 million on the old V2, and then 207,000 on 9mm. Total 3.2 million. There is the PulseChain PCock liquidity. So yeah, it's early days. I don't know if they've got any comments. They got any comments on that? So excited, my friend. Now it's time for us to build the right protocol so we can buy more and burn more PCock together. So yeah, lots of cool stuff happening there. I think that's almost it. I think we're almost up to date on the old updates. Yeah, I think we're there, just about there. Yeah, I think we're just about there. So that is the update, guys, and we are ticking away. We've got exactly PCock right now is at 500 pulse per PCock. The price is just below 1.7 cents. We've had a high of 2 cents. We're looking very good on the RSI calling. Good move on the 4 hourlies. We got the countdown at the moment is just about 24 hours away. We've got 6 minutes to go for that 24-hour countdown. Pretty exciting. Heart with Dog says mentioned everywhere except Australia and New Zealand. Mentioned him. What was that? Where was that? What's it referring to? Hog, let me know. Not sure. I might have missed a comment association there. All right, let's go to. We're going to come back to LibertySwap for the countdown, but that's pretty exciting. Now let's go to the next one. I want to talk about LibertySwap again, but this is a different topic. Now this is very interesting. You guys know LibertySwap's made lots of talk about a hard fork on PulseChain. And I know some people are saying, no hard fork coming. But there is, they're saying it's looks like it's coming. And so, they seem to be mirroring a lot of stuff that Richard Hart does. It just, Richard Hart there, Richard Hart goes, good luck. What's the song about? Mike Rundell here. He's legendary Halloween costume idea if anyone still needs one. And then he goes, good luck, says Richard. I'm behind 7 collars. But then LibertySwap put this out, which I thought was pretty interesting. He goes, Sir Dirty Crypto, he's a PulseChain influencer, does a lot of projections, conjecture, and things like that, sensational stuff. He goes, we've got some good materials today. Is Mr. Hart doing something with an AI agent on PulseChain, layer 2 or layer 7? I mean, why even ask the question, right? Why even ask the question? Is Mr. Hart doing something with an AI agent on PulseChain, layer 2 or layer 7? And so layer 2s, of course, we know Richard's not a fan of layer 2s. And so layer 7, well, that comes into a theoretical concept, as I understand it, called OSI, which is kind of where they build out, quality standards from. And it's a kind of a theoretical thing. So I guess that's what they're meaning. And that, let's see. Royston says 7 layers. You had me at 5, lol. And then the LibertySwap replies to them and goes, I'm already layered up. The message, they got this message, I'm already layered up. Did Richard write this message? Did they get sent to the LibertySwap? I mean, what's going on here? I'm not sure have I missed something there? I'm just not sure where that's come from. But they jumped straight to that. The message, I'm already layered up. And is Mr. Hart doing something there? We got some good materials today. I mean, this is what they're referring to. I'm looking at the LibertySwap picture there. Wearing a suit, got a cup, Not quite sure what the clues are there. Everything we see right now on PulseChain feels like step one. I mean, how would they know that? How would they know this, right? How would they know this? And maybe the real game is step two, a high throughput layer 2 or an ultra abstract layer 7. And I said to you, OSI is kind of a theoretical thing. And they're talking about ultra abstract layer 7. So that would fit very well with that concept that sits way above the chain, enabling AI bots, auto LP strategies, high frequency meme coin games, etc. PCock to $10. So that's what I'm saying, guys. I think these guys are going to be rolling out many more things on the chain that are really, really major chess piece moves. So yeah, keep a look out there. They got TikTok, they got Bitfinex, they got Robinhood, they got Bloomberg, Dave Portnoy, CNBC, Wall Street, PCock to $10 there. I thought that was such an interesting post there. So let me know what you guys think. Maybe some of you guys have seen any conversation around this sort of thing, but it seemed pretty bizarre there to me. Although we had been talking about hard forks. Now they had also had another conversation on hard forks as well, where they had been talking about the fact that we may see some upgrades come from that, not just business as usual, not just a cleaning up of taking the good code from ETH forks and then just having the good stuff. As you guys know, with the hard fork, we're going to have two separate forks. The old fork will go one way, and the new fork with all the advancements will go the other way. And this could open up a lot more speed and other things to potentially to the chain. That instead of what we got 9-second block times, is it 10-second block times? Can't remember now. 10-second, I think it was. But we could see something even super there with all these exotic features on it that we're going to be able to do lots of cool protocols on it. So is that what they're teasing about here? Wouldn't be surprised. That would be one of the chess moves we might expect from Richard. So yeah, that's interesting stuff, right? So we'll keep a lookout for that topic. Just want to put that out there, and we'll leave it out there in the ether until we see a bit more concrete stuff. Very interesting, says Brennan. Interesting indeed. Lots of moving chess pieces. It does seem that way at the moment. So we'll keep a lookout for that. I just thought some of these comments. That's why it's one thing reading their messages, but it's always read their comments, guys, because they always seem to have all these little alpha drops all over the place, and it's pretty regular. So yeah, we'll see where all that heads from now. All right, so that is something I want to bring up there. I will bring up the original one that I've got. I just can't remember where it was. I'll go hunt that down. But that is coming from them. Now, talking about Heart with Dog, guys. Woohoo! There's Hog with the ladies. And let's scroll down. Episode 2 is out. Now, this is we had season 1, which had 14 chapters, was it? I think it was 14. Yep. And we've got the interim series, which is the Chronicles of Hog, Somi, and Andrew Tate. Episode 1 was out, I think, 2 weeks ago. This is episode 2. Bug Eaters Strike Back, it's called. Somi is abducted by none other than Greta Thunberg. Andrew Tate and Hog must team up in order to rescue their friend from these evil bug eaters. 6-episode miniseries powered by Hog on PulseChain. 1 new episode every week, approximately. But this is just a teaser. Is this the whole chat? I think. Can you guys hear? I think you guys can hear the audio. I guess it doesn't matter if I play it here, but definitely check this out. I'm going to share it around. But let's watch the little episode, shall we? Hopefully, there's no copyright stuff. But we go. It's all pretty original, most of the stuff, anyway.
Now you need to come with me.
No thanks, you weird little child.
How dare you? Grab him, boys.
What the hell was that? I think I know where they took Sami and why.
Okay, let's go save our friend.
It is not going to be easy.
That's okay. I will call in a favor from an old friend.
Now, Sami, if you would just tell us where your Pokemon Andrew Tate is, you would be happy.
I would never betray a friend.
A friend? How interesting. Are you sure you checked all his Pokeballs?
Yes, Papa. We checked them all, and none contained Andrew Tate. We were certain it would be on his person.
You bug eaters have no idea. You will never find him. You missed your shot.
Actually, I think we will, especially if he cares for you as you care for him.
Thanks so much for offering to help us out, Elon. I knew we could count on you.
Of course, Hog. We go way back, and although this technology is new, it will work exactly how it is designed to.
Wow, very cool. This thing will teleport us right inside the facility where they are holding Sami.
Why is this not having any effect on him?
You are looking at a guy who tweaks his nipples and trains with his Pikachu every day.
We have other methods. If we cannot torture the body, we shall torture the mind. Greta, bring the TV in front of him and play Neil deGrasse Tyson on loop.
No!
Looks like our guests have just arrived.
Next time on
The Chronicles of Hog, Sami, and Andrew Tate. Looks like they were expecting us. Something definitely smells off, and it's not just that rotten soy milk.
All right. So that is episode 2 there, guys, and that is the Chronicles there. So I'm going to repost that. But another great episode there. Another great episode. I always misspell on live stream. I don't know why it is. Another episode of The Hog, and that's awesome, guys. So you got to definitely check it out. That is pretty cool. And you can watch episode 1 there too. I think episode 1 is just down below. Episode 1, you can't fight Tate right here, which is the first episode. So we're so lucky, aren't we, to have this on PulseChain? It really is cool that PulseChain's got its own anime series. So big shout out to the Heart with the Dog team, and you can obviously pick up the Hog on the deck screener as well. Very, very cool. The Chronicles of Hog, Bug Eaters Strike Back, and I don't know, some of the accents are pretty good. So they got some pretty good vocals there. All right, so that was pretty cool. The other big thing out at the moment, of course, is Gladiator Games. The tournament, midweek tournament, has been on, but we've got the big tournament coming up this weekend, and a season 3 has started. Right, so season 3, pretty awesome. Brennan says, "Love the zapping of Sami's nipples." Yeah, that's got to be the highlight of the episode. Just about, it was pretty funny. And then Neil deGrasse Tyson having to watch reruns of that in loop. We got the biggest tournament in Gladiator Games history is here. Season 3 has begun, and with it becomes Generation 3 Gladiators. So this is a pretty much thing. Now, the way you can get Generation 3 Gladiators, you got 3 options. You can either breed them with the male and female from Generation 2 Gladiators, or you can, which cost 25,000 Rome each. Or you can buy them on the market, or you can buy them in the starter pack, and you get 2. So you got 3 options here to get Generation 3 Gladiators. There's also Tier 3 gear, of course, out that you're going to need to equip your Gladiator. And then it's going to be the largest prize pool that Gladiator Games has ever had, more than, 30, I see serious here, $3,100. Whoa, more than 33. This is huge jump in the numbers here. It's $3,100. My goodness. Normally we've been having amazing prizes at $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, and here we got $3,100. OMG. Are you kidding me? That's crazy, guys. Look at that. So tournament number 8 kicks off this Friday at 5 p.m. CST time, 10 p.m. UTC time, and the prizes are almost 3x higher, definitely 2.5x higher. That is amazing. Look at that. Rudolph is excited, and he should be excited. Look at that. Wow. It almost took me back there. 3001, that's a huge jump. Tournament number 8 kicks off this Friday at 5 p.m., 10 p.m. UTC time. This isn't just another weekend brawl. This is a chance to earn massive rewards. They are indeed. What a huge jump. Improve your strength in the arena. A Generation 3 main bracket is $950 in Rome. This is a huge jump, guys. And $400 in silver. Woohoo! Now, silver is very valuable, guys. I mean, I spent my silver very wisely, but man, I was sad when it went and it disappeared. I won my silver in some tournaments, but you got to win more tournaments to get more silver, generally speaking. First place is going to be $200. Second place is $190. Third place, $180. The payouts have really been doubled there. Really amazing. And payouts go all the way, guys, to 20th place with silver rewards for legendary gear. Pretty awesome. So legendary gear is the top quality gear. The 5 different levels of gear. Pure skills bracket. So this category here is for customized gladiators. So you customize your outfits and stuff. This pure skills is just based on your skill set in the game. The top prize is $360, which is amazing. As you guys know, I won last week's one. I don't want to brag or anything, but I'm a bit like Jenny from the block. I came from the block, and then I went. I'm friend Jenny from the block, but then I went into LA or something. I don't know, not that LA's that cool, but I went into the Hollywood. Let's say, not that that's very good either, but that's how it rolled. So we got pure skills bracket, $360 in Rome, $400 in silver. So that's impressive. First prize is $50. Second prize is $40. Third prize is $30. And fourth to 15th is $20 each. Say what? That's amazing. Everybody's got to get in on this game, guys. Everybody's got to get in. This is the biggest and best tournament yet, and it's your chance to rise through the ranks and earn real rewards while the Rome token keeps pumping. Train your Generation 3 gladiators, equip your best Tier 3 gear, and bring your A game because the fiercest warriors in Rome are ready for blood. Now, when you upgrade your Generation 3, you get to play at least 3 or 4 tournaments with that cost. So you have to think about the cost, and then you get the chance to try and win, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5x more money during the next couple of weeks. So it's pretty huge. So kind of cool there. Those who are about to die, salute you. And that is Gladiator Games, guys. That is huge. That is huge. So some nice stuff there. We're getting some good comments in there. Nick Hillman from Crypto Paradise, excited about Rome token. Rudolph, who's in the chat right now. I've just got his post up there, actually. Everyone's excited. Look at that, getting pretty cool. So that is exciting stuff there from Gladiator Games. Wow. What a huge... I didn't even know that, guys. I just saw that now. I hadn't even actually read the post. So there we go. That's huge. So Gladiator Games, man. It's a Halloween special. $3,100 worth of prizes. Woohoo! I love it. That's great. Well, you know what I'm going to be doing. I'm already playing, but you know it's going to be pretty awesome. So it's pretty cool. Valiant says, "You weird little child." What else? We got some good stuff happening right now. That is pretty crazy. Gladiator Games, guys. Wow. That is huge. So yeah, let's bring on there. I'm going to bring up the list. If you guys want to join, I'm going to post you the link to join up the Gladiator Games because it is looking hot. Those prizes, man, far out. Bam, let's go. And let me jump over to... so if you guys join Gladiator Games, what I do strongly recommend is getting into Telegram and asking questions and all that sort of stuff. There are, how-to videos and stuff out there as well. Join Gladiator Games today. And I might go through that now, actually, while we're here. How are we doing for time? An hour and 7 minutes. I think I might have enough time to go through the basics there. So that's Gladiator Games, and I will also post it in the live show. So if you're watching on X, I will post it underneath the comments, and you can play there too. Join Gladiator Games. What's it? $3,100 in prizes. Pretty amazing, really. And that's the link there, so you guys can join up today. All right, tell your friends, and you get if you use your referral code, you get 5% of the spend. So pretty awesome. Honeybear says, "Go PCock, time to fly." Absolutely, time to fly. So that is pretty exciting, cool. And then you can see my cool haircut in there as well. That's pretty cool. That's funny. Yeah, that's funny. All right, so let's have a look. That is Gladiator Games. We'll kind of come back to that in a minute. Liberty Swap on the move, and look at us. The countdown is less than 24 hours, guys. Woohoo! Let's go. We're getting there. Yeah, that's awesome. And you just never know, man. Richard's lurking out there somewhere, guys. He's moving ETH around Tornado Cash in the privacy. You never know. He talked about this at the beginning of the year, and it might just happen. Who knows? And we might just get, he might even knock on the door. We just don't know. And what's going on? Richard, are you sure? Is that Richard? I don't know, guys. Do you reckon it's Richard? I'll open the door.
No, you could get a god candle at any moment. You could get a green candle at any moment. It's easier to get them. Less economic because there's less of it for sale.
Well, you just never know. And maybe after the Liberty Swap, who knows? Maybe it's after the Liberty Swap launch with the Liberty Protocol that we get a little God mode candle. Valley says 24 hours, the bird watching. Yeah, feed the bird is going to be it's going to be go next level. So they talked about 100%, which I've already gone through. Then they were talking about 300%, and probably this is a big part of that 300%. It's going to be pretty awesome. Yeah, pretty exciting. All right, so that's pretty cool. What's happening with the bird there? Oh, we just got a little bit of a sell-off on the bird, actually. Well, you're going to have to, sell some weekends out, aren't you? So we can move on up. So, yeah, got a little bit of selling going on there right now. But anyway, PCock there, 24 hours to go, guys. And a little bit of a dip in the house right now. So pick up a bit more cheap bird. That's all we can say. All right, so let me change things around here. I'm going to go back to the main conference call room. We've got still 5 minutes, and I'm going to give you a bit of a rundown about the old Gladiator games, and maybe you might check out the X game quickly to see how that's going right now. Let's see. Let's find links. All right, bam. Looking good. Did that hold? Yeah, I think that's gone. Let me have a look. We've got that on the right page. I think that is right. Yeah, that's looking good. All right, let me go to that page quickly, and we're going to get rid of that. And we're going to get rid of that page, and we're going to go over there and put that over there. Movie magic, as it were. Movie magic. Going to bring up that too. All right, let's go to it. So we're going to go to, let me just get rid of that, and we're going to go to full page. We'll do full page this time, guys. So here we are on Gladiator Games. So this is the big tournament coming up. $3,100 in prizes, guys. There is the main event, this one here, and then there is the, I guess the minor event, but it's still a pretty big event called Pure Skills. Now, if you don't want to customize all your gladiators, you can go into this competition and play for up to $360 worth of prizes here and $400 in silver. So the $760 in total in the Pure Skills. And as you guys know, I won last week's tournament on that. So you don't believe me? Let's go have a look. Let's go have a look at I won last week's tournament. So here it is. Here, Pure Skills from last week, tournament number 7. And who's at the top there, guys? Galactus. What a bragger! What a bragger! I'm not going to clap about it. Oh, thank you very much. No, so I'm an average player, right? So I'll admit it. I'm just an average player, but I won the tournament because I really learnt the tricks, and then I ended up doing really well. And so there we go. I rose through the ranks. The first week I played, so. But after 6 weeks, I did pretty well, and I ended up winning a tournament. So I was pretty happy about that. Now, the main tournament, I didn't do as well, but I did come 5th, which is not bad. So that wasn't a bad price there. So I won the Pure Skills and came 5th in the main. That's what I did last week. But this week, coming up, tournament number 8, and it's called Audacious Fortuna Univit, I guess. Univit, or something like that. I guess that's Latin there. What's it? Auctoritas non veritas factum legem, something to do about facts and legal or something there. So yeah, that is starting up in 1 day and 21 hours and 45 minutes away. So 1 day, 21 hours and 45 minutes away is when that tournament starts on the 1st of November. Pretty cool. And the prizes are pretty audacious. So we got the main prize is $1,950 in Rome tokens and $400 in silver. And then the Pure Skills one, which is kind of the minor tournament. This one we don't need to customize a lot. So these people here, they customize a lot. They get their uniforms and they upgrade the weapons. They upgrade their qualities of their gladiators, and so they're pretty looking for all optimizations. Now you can battle very well here. I typically end up battling between like number 9 and number 5, and I'm kind of like the average player. So you could probably reasonably expect yourself to be in there somewhere. But with these prizes, or 2x, there's probably going to be a lot more people out. So join in and get involved because the chance of winning a prize is pretty good. And top 20 place will get 100 silver each for legendary gear as well. So pretty cool there. The other one is Pure Skills. We pay out $306 in Rome and $400 in silver. And this has got $50 at the top there as well. Top 20 place, 100 silver for each legendary gear. Now, what do you use the silver for if you win silver? Well, you can go to the store, and you can go to the forge and you can customize an item, which is really, really, really valuable in the game. I cannot say it enough. Now, you can pay with gold, which is 1 pulse equals 1 gold. But you can, if you win silver in the tournaments, you can actually do a custom weapon or armor or shields. And you can obviously pick out the item that you want. and then also the level. Now we're on generation 3, so tier 3 is what you want to choose there. And if you've got silver, you can get up to 9 points strength points, which is a big deal. That's going to make you much stronger in the tournaments, right? So you're able to get like a spear that's like really high IN, really, really important there. So it's kind of cool. The other thing that people do is that they can take their weapons and things, and they can throw them in the upgrade gear, and they can upgrade them in here. These are some of the tricks that some of the top guys are doing, and they can increase their stamina, and they pay 100,000 gold for that. So it's it's the top end. You're spending more, but you're looking to get the big prizes, right? Over I think it's 3 or 4 weeks. So yeah, I'll try and double confirm the 4th week there, but I think that is the case. So that's what the silver is for, guys. Are very valuable indeed. Now, the one way you can, obviously what you do, if you're going to play, you get a wallet, a DGen wallet, put some pulse in it, and then you buy some gold, right? You buy some gold. All you have to do is say buy gold. You can buy 1 million lots of gold, 100,000 lots of gold, etc. And if you want to withdraw, you just claim your earnings, right? So you have to have a minimum 100,000 to claim. Just take note of that. You got a referral code, so you share that around. You earn 5% of whatever people spend in there. So it's kind of a nice little earner there without being too high. And at the bottom there, you also got your inventory pack as well, and you can change your name. So that is your backpack or wallet. Once you've done that, you've got 3 ways of buying gladiator. If you've got generation 2 gladiators, you can come to gladiators and go and breed some. You'll need a male and female, and you will need to have generation 2s. So you can see I've got a male and a female here. I click on both of those. It fills those 2 slots. I click breed, and I can choose my gladiator type. I can take a picture, choose one of those, give them a name, and then I can put it on there. And that will cost me 25,000 Rome tokens right now. So you'll have to have some Rome tokens to do that in your wallet, and you'll be able to breed a generation 3 gladiator as well. Now, that have different qualities depending on the inputs of the 2 gladiators you put in there. So I've got 2 decent ones in here, an epic and a rare, and they're quite reasonably powerful. So that would probably give me a pretty good child. Generation 3 gladiator. Now, the quick way of doing it, if you're not familiar with that part, which is more for people that have been around a little bit, is you can go to the starter pack, and this is what exactly for new people, right? So starter pack, you can either choose a Primus or a Rudis, depends on the amount you're going to spend. You can either use probably gold if you're new, and 2,500 gold to get a Primus. You get 2 gladiators, by the way, not just one, for that amount. And then the Rudis is 10,000 gold, so 10,000 pulse. They'll get you 2 gladiators. You can choose the advanced one if you really want to compete pretty well, and tier 3. So that's all you have to do: gold, Rudius, tier 3, and then you get to choose 2 different type of gladiators. Mamilio has got a sword and a shield. The Macheri there's got 2 swords. The Rotarius there's got a trident and a net, and that's a pretty popular one for some of the top players. They like that one. The net tends to stung people all the time. It's my worst enemy because I typically play with a Hoplomachus, which is a spear and a shield. Is the one my favorite. It's my favorite one, right? But you can have 2 types if you're using starter pack. Put names down for each of them and click buy, and you will be able to get those 2. Now, once you've got your gladiators, you can go to your gladiator, go to gladiators here, make sure you've got generation 3 filtered. You can then jump in on one of your generation 3 gladiators, and all your inventory will show down the bottom here. All you have to do is double click it, and it will show up in the food there. Double click it to get it out of there. So you've got all these 12 spots. You got a helmet, a necklace, shoulder pads, chest plates, etc. You have to fill all that in. So you have to get all that gear. If you do the starter pack, you already have all that gear. All you have to do is double click and put it into place. Once you've done that, you can go and fight in the tournament. Now, so what do you have to do done? So far you've got a wallet. You've bought some gold. You can either breed a gladiator, or you can get them in the store and in starter packs. Or thirdly, and finally, you can buy them on the market, right? So you can go to the market, go to gladiators, click buy, and you can buy a gladiator on there. And some of them might be cheaper. You might get a cheaper deal, right? So you can go in there and you can buy gladiator. You can see there's some cheap gladiators. Now, the colors are important, right? So the colors mean that it's either rare or legendary. So that, generally a better gladiator, or common or uncommon, which is kind of blue and green, right? So if you're getting orange or red, that's kind of the high end. Blue and green is the low end, and yellow is in the middle, right? That's kind of the play. It's kind of cool. So these are my own gladiators right now, I think there. So yeah, you can go buy them in the market. I think gladiators there. All right. Did I put some of my stuff on sale? I don't know. I must have put some of my gladiators on sale. I don't even know if I did that. But anyway, so that is some of the cool stuff you can do, and you can buy lots of resources and stuff like that on the market as well. So that is it. Once you've got a gladiator, you can use those 3. You can go to the tournament. You got to make sure you got food one thing I was going to say, you need to make sure that you got food, that you've got this food and bandages. You really can't fight without that. You're going to you get 3 times to use your food and bandages in the battle, and you're going to need them, right? You're going to need them. Make sure you got your food every time. Make sure you got that. And so once you've got a wallet, put pulse in, bought the gold, got a gladiator, got the equipment in the gladiator, upgraded your qualities, you can jump into the tournament and go and register. The Pure Schools tournament is 200,000 gold or pulse, and the main tournament is 1 million gold, which is 1 million pulse. So that's about $33 for that one. What's it, about $8 or $6 or something for this one here, for the Pure Skills. So pretty cool. That is it. That's how easy it is. And once again, you can get into the Telegram and get all the secret sources. But that's an introduction from me. Valiant says Galactus is a great gladiator name to strike fear into the hearts of your enemies. It is. I think Valiant there is trying to grease me up, but it's true. It's true. Anyway, so yeah, you can go to the past tournaments and you can see all the winners. You can find out, but we are on season 3 now, and so yeah, but I did win. I did win the last Pure Skills. I was pretty happy about that, to be honest, guys. I was pretty happy about that. It's so sad. I shame myself. All right, so there we go. Yeah, huge prizes, guys. Wow, $3,100 of prizes this tournament. Halloween tournament 2, season 3. Get into it, folks. Everyone's talking about this game, and it's a lot of fun. The dev keeps building up, and big vision for this game. It's only going to get bigger and better as well as we go. So kind of cool. All right. Actually, we had the past tournament. I don't know where I got on that. Let me have a quick look. I may have got slaughtered on that, actually. Did I actually end up any good? I don't even know. Yeah, I don't think I didn't get a prize that time. I didn't get enough games in. I was winning my last couple of games, but then I got busy, unfortunately. Got some stuff on right now. So just the way it goes there. But I think I might have got some legendary gear, so maybe I did. All right. I think that's it. What are you guys laughing about in the chat there? Brennan says there's enough grease and is super here. Don't encourage him, Valiant. That's funny, dude. All right. So looking pretty good. Gladiator games, guys. Got to play it. $3,100 in prizes this weekend. Season 3. Halloween is on as well. And what a great time to get into the tournament there and slaughter some of your opponents. I'm just kidding. All right, so that is play. Now, once the game starts in 1 day and 21 minutes, it will go to current. It'll be on the current tab here. You'll be able to see it there, and people will be fighting, right? Kind of cool. All right, so that is kind of cool. So big shout out to Jason and the team over at Gladiator Games. Now, we've also got Crash. Now, I'm probably frozen now because, the GPU on Crash uses a lot of stuff. But we've got 8 players right now, so it's ticking away. This game's ticking away, guys. $127. And it's just going over and over and over every sort of like 10, 15 seconds or whatever it is. Maybe 15, 20 seconds a game is going. So what's that? Probably 3 games a minute, something like that, is it? Running. So, that's 8 players on PulseChain. That was a 9.28x. That's a really good number. What have the numbers been here at the moment? Now, you guys remember that when I was showcasing it yesterday, we were going through a low number. I did $20. I did $1 each. Now, I strongly recommend doing a budget if you're going to play. And normally my budget's always $20. Now, you might not care about budgets, but it's a good way of losing money if you're not on a winner streak. But at the moment, there's kind of a winner streak, but there are low numbers in the middle. Look, 1.49, 1.54, 1.01. So even though we're going through a high number phase on here right now, got a 9, a 10, and a 9. There are little ones and stuff to catch you out there if you're getting too much FOMO, right? So just take note of that. Now there's 7, 8 people on the PulseChain side at the moment. Let's go check the other chains. Let's go to base chain and see how many people are over there right now. There's 6 over there on base chain right now. Let's go to the BSC chain. Let's have a look over there. BSC, 5 people over there right now. Is it 5 people? Let's see how many we're starting there. Yeah, 5 people are over there right now on the old base chain. So there we go. So that's what about what do we say, 8, 11? So maybe around 20 people participating at the time. So it's pretty interesting. That will vary as well. Now, obviously, if you can get that up to 100 people or so, man, it's probably turning over a lot. But remember, it's playing, probably 3 games every minute, probably a few more, probably 4 games on the other chains, base chain. So it's probably playing 12 games a minute on all 3 chains. Pretty interesting. Look at that, another high entry. Did you see that, guys? That was another 9. So it's a real high winning streak right now on this game, dude. Oh my God, 10, a 9, a 10, a 9, and a 9. Oh, it's running hot right now. So if you were going to play, you'd play probably now. Not financial advice, of course. That's my entry, says Brennan. That's my entry. I'll chase one. No, I haven't got any balance on that. 0 balance, guys. 0 balance. Well, Randy's one of the founders, guys. Randy's one of the founders, I understand. I think he's a founder. Yeah. I always confuse me. But you've also got a comment box on here. That's always some fun. That's always some fun watching that. You get all sorts of crazy comments in the live chat there. But yeah, that is where Gladiator Games is right now. So kind of cool. I think we're going to link in with that one there. I've gone way over time, 10 minutes over time, guys. Where am I? There, I'm back again. All right. So I'm back. That was a huge show, guys. We did it, man. We got PCock Protocol less than 24 hours away. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. It's mega huge, guys. This is huge. The only other, we've obviously got some big juggernauts. We have X Game. We've got this one is massive. This PCock portal. We've got Coinwell earning November. That's a really big deal. And then we've obviously got a bit of a surprise was the Vault 369 and the launch of that's coming up. Multi-chain liquidity fork, and it's going to have some little spices in it as well. So PulseChain's doing some cool stuff right now, man. And we're looking forward to these blue chips growing on PulseChain to make PulseChain have an investor part of the blockchain, right? We want that investor part to really be solid and mature and less degenic, which is fine. We're always going to have meme coins and pump and dumps and all sorts of other stuff in there, but we definitely want to have more blue chips that people can say, hey, look, there's 20, 30 protocols that are investable and maybe half a dozen that are really top quality investor vehicles. And it definitely looks like we're setting that up there, barring no calamities or anything like that. So yeah, exciting times. We're really in at the right time of the market too. So we're really hoping for a good result with Trump and President Xi, that we get a final, kind of a final deal there in China, that the market will love that. Might help offset the interest rate, slight disappointment, not with the 0.25% cut, but with the December possible pause. We'll see how that goes, and hopefully we'll get some decent inflation data, employment growth, stuff like that. Maybe that will at least help a bit there. Now the U.S. economy is booming. The GDP numbers come out real nice, and Trump there's looks like we're going to have $22 trillion, guys, in investments in the United States. Unbelievable numbers, just crazy. Remember, the U.S. economy is around 28 trillion in income. The U.S. debt's around 38 trillion. The deficit was about 1.2 trillion in the trade, and about 2 trillion in the federal deficit. So those are the main 4 numbers. And Trump's dealing with all of them, guys. It's amazing. And it's really going to be playing out into 2026. Because it takes about 9 months. It's taken about 9 months to fix up all the problems in the world. He's ended up like 8 wars with other presidents helping. So 8 wars have been closed down. And now he's also, prosperity is going to be huge. The golden age of America truly going to be magnificent. We've still got some bad actors out there, don't get me wrong, but he's really closed down a lot of issues. And it's exciting. So yeah, very, very cool. I don't know what it's going to mean to the, I can only, the only thing to me, barring any unusual event, like the only thing out there is the China-Taiwan thing. Hopefully that doesn't happen, because that's, just disastrous for everybody. But that's really the only black swan I can see at the moment. Barring Atlas AI landing on the planet with a whole alien invasion army. Apart from that, it's a bit of fun there. But yeah, that is pretty awesome. We're looking good, guys. We're looking good. What else can we say? Yeah, everything's looking pretty good for the markets. The ETH acquisition vehicle's still buying. Richard Hart's on the move. Liberty Swap really does seem to be mirroring a lot of the vision of Richard Hart. A lot of very sophisticated chess moves going on there. I'm pretty excited. Hope you guys are as well. We're up to an hour and a half now. I've gone over 15 minutes, but hey, look, it's a good time. We've got quite a good audience watching at the moment as well. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Of course, the Kryptonite Show, Superman Crypto, and PulseChain X. Those 3 channels. And of course, we're also on X. Don't forget to smash the follow button as well. Remember, we're rebuilding the channel. My old channel got pulled down for no good reason. So we're having to rebuild as well. Really appreciate you guys supporting and sharing the channel around. Really helps a lot. Big shout out to MVS Crypto, of course, the promotional lead for the Kryptonite Show. He's out there been working hard on the Monster Thread, and man, it's going really well. Monster Thread number 25, doing some really great views out there. The #1 newsletter of PulseChain, of course, the Kryptonite Show publication, doing really well. And guess what, guys? Next week is number 26. Number 26. Do you know what that means? 6 months of the Monster Thread, PulseChain's hottest weekly news publication. And of course, I know that MVS and myself are very excited about that. You know, the #1 thing, and Richard's kind of said it, is like persistence is really key. Well, my thing has always been consistency, just being consistent. Less up and downs and just consistent out there every week. And the Monster Thread coming up next Monday will be 6 months of the Monster Thread. Isn't it amazing? Celebrating all the cool things around PulseChain. We tried to keep it very neutral. And so, it's got lots of people in there. And lots of cool projects and stuff like that. So it is pretty exciting in the old Monster Thread there. And what a great publication and marketing there for PulseChain. Great for if you're busy. A lot of people are busy in their week. They don't get to catch up on all the news on PulseChain. But now you can go back for 6 months, can you believe it, and see all the news that happened every single week for the last 25 weeks. And next week, of course, the 6-month one, Monster 26 will come out. And we're still kind of in just that pickup phase of PulseChain, right? The bull market run has started for PulseChain, which is pretty exciting. In fact, I did promise you guys I was going to do the pulse chart. So we have a quick look at that. I did promise it, even though I'm going way over time. Let's bring that up and let me go to the PulseChain chart, because I did say I was going to do that, and I want to do it. So let's pick up the PulseChain chart and see where that is sitting right now. All right, let's go full screen on that, and let me pull that up one moment. So this is why you always have it pre-queued, so that it doesn't take so long to set up, but nevertheless, we are there. And where's my studio gone now? I've hidden my studio, it's disappeared. But we're going to bring this, will be our final topic. We really are doing an extra bonus 20 minutes on the show today. All right, let me split my studio here. Let me bring in the latest and greatest. Actually, we might go to the screen there, and we're going to add on the chart. I don't need any sound, so bam. All right, get rid of that, and we're going to go to, I guess, full screen. Let's do it, Let's go full screen. All right, so there is the PulseChain chart right now. It's looking pretty busy with our overlays, but let's have a look at that without the overlays, and you can see at the moment we have got the price of PulseChain on the weekly chart here, and we have had a nice green week we just had last week. We obviously had a good week this week. We got up to 37.50 on the price. That's 4 zeros, 37.50. And we're down at 4 zeros, 33.39. So we're still looking pretty good. We tested this range down here, right? This range of 2,700 3 weeks in a row. So it looks like we have managed to find support there, and we have moved back up. Now, even though we're down at the moment, we're actually heading in the right direction. Now, on our moving averages for the weekly, the 9-week has crossed down below, but I think it's going to flatten out and move back up and cross back over the purple line there, which is the 21-day, the 3-week average. Currently, the 50-week moving average is at 4,100. So 4 zeros, 4,100 on the US dollar price. That is kind of where we are right now. So that is kind of looking pretty good. We'll add the overlays back on. It's quite busy with the overlays. But we had this long-term resistance. See this line here? We had this long-term resistance, and we did break out of that, and we've come back down, and we tested it again back in, and now we've gone out the top of it now. So now this one here is gone, right? So that one is gone now. So we're going to remove that. We're going to remove that now, and we're now in this bigger triangle here. And Brendan's our TA guru who's watching. He's probably going having a good time. But we've got higher lows, right? So if we get rid of the chart there, see how we've defended these. Got a new support line here up to the upside, and we've defended that at 2,700. So we've had higher lows here. So down the bottom here, we were at quadruple zero 1655. Can you believe on Pulse? Just insane price for PulseChain. And then we had on our second bottom there, we went to 2150, which is 4 zeros, 2150. And then our third high low was a quadruple zero, 2700. And we defended that 3 weeks in a row. Isn't that cool? So last time we defended these price range, you can see we did that for about 2 weeks. This time we did about 3 weeks. And this is even giving us even more support to the upside. So all going well. We're in this channel, right? So we've got this orange line there, the bottom support. We've got this orange line at the top there. We've got this long-term, a new long-term yellow there, which is pretty cool. Now, this purple box is the SEC. This is when the SEC was clouding over us for 2 years. We broke free from that on the 7th of July, which is pretty awesome. And now we are free from that. So, we've got the only chain that has actually defeated the SEC, not done any deals or not, not been, pushed aside by the SEC because they figured, they really couldn't put a case together. This is actually, PulseChain really is the only chain that has actually defeated the SEC outright. No deal done, nothing like that. So it's pretty awesome. So we're to the upside there. Now, obviously, the green box there is the bullish environment that we think we're going into. And so obviously that's been dampened down a little bit by the interest rate flattening out. But we have got, this China trade deal coming out on the 31st. Should that be really settled well, this could lead us continue on for the crypto there and getting rotation potentially from gold and, of course, a bit of stock market into crypto. And, of course, all the ETH reserves, they're still accumulating, right? So that's kind of the play on there at the moment. Still feeling like we'll probably get a bullish December, if not November. If November's a little bit disappointing, then you still got December there to pick us up there with January on the play. So we're also looking for, just like the stock market got pushed up with liquidity ahead of the fundamentals, in other words, the returns of the companies, then we should see that too come into play on the old PulseChain. And we saw obviously the QT quantitative tightening kind of ending in December. So the market will front run all that, right, with the price that all in. Pretty awesome. Brennan says Russia testing 10,000 kilometer traveling rocket gets me on edge a bit as well. Well, Australia is too, Brennan. Did you see that? Australia's got a 5K aeroplane, I think it is. They're testing at the moment. So Australia's not another play there. Looking pretty exciting. All right, so that is where we are right now. What else am I going to say about that? 3,300 right now. I think we're still looking pretty good. Now, the upward channel of this would get us to about quadruple zero 7,100, and that would be pretty exciting. A real nice breakout area is around 4,600, 4,700. That's that blue line, right? That's our new resistance. So I think if we get past that, that'd be pretty exciting. That's on the old weekly. The daily right now, and we'll get rid of the overlays. But the daily at the moment, we've got a bullish cross on the daily. So it's really helping me to give a bit more idea that we're going to turn that average, that negative average cross on the weekly that we talked about, where the pink was going below the purple, and get that reverse. At the moment, we've got the pink there coming up, so a very bullish cross here. We've got the on the daily, we got the 50 at 3,400, and we got the 200 at 3,700. So that's where we some possible price targets there. But certainly getting back over the 50-day would be very bullish here as well. So we're looking good. I think we're looking pretty good on the old PulseChain there. All right, an hour and 37 minutes. Man, we've gone insane. All right. Oh, that's it. That's pretty much it. That's a nice piece of tech. Yeah. The Ghost Bat drone. No, that's American. I think you called about. Is it called Ghost Bat? I think that's the American one. The Anduril, not the Anduril one. It's another one. I saw that too. Yes, there's quite a few high tech pieces of aeroplane and drone kit that have come out recently. We're going to see a lot of this stuff, Brennan. A lot of this sort of space-age, Star Trek-y type of gear. I like the Anduril, weapon stuff where you can see through all the different physical materials. We really are in the age of Star Trek. It's just begun, really, just begun. The Ghost Bat is Australia made, Aussie made too. Okay, cool. All right, I think we're going to end it there, folks. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in Gladiator Games, and X Game is out too. Enjoy, and tomorrow we should be streaming at around the same time that PCock protocol goes live, and this is a mega big deal for PulseChain, and particularly, of course, for Pulse and PCock. I think it's going to be a huge catalyst for the upsides. That's what I'm saying. We've got this chart where it is right now, but we've also got all these big AAA launches going one after another by the biggest players in town on PulseChain. So bring it on. And you just never know what Richard Hart, how he's playing a role in all this too. So very exciting, guys. Bring it on. And as Richard said, he's less concerned about altcoin season. He's more concerned about PulseChain season. So I think that's something to keep in mind. All right, take care, everybody. Bye for now. Catch you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern.